Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a cold, hard truth. You're not going to succeed by doing things when it's convenient. You're not going to hit your goals by waiting for the right moment or the perfect conditions. No, no, no. Success is about showing up every single day, no matter how hard it gets. It's about forcing yourself to do the things that need to be done, even when you don't feel like it. You see, most people will quit when it gets tough. They'll take a break, they'll justify their lack of action with excuses, but not you, not the ones who are truly serious about success. You will force yourself to be consistent no matter what. Small actions repeated every day build momentum. That's how the top performers in any field get to where they are. They didn't get there by making massive leaps, they got there by taking tiny steps, day after day, week after week, month after month. You want to build something? Start small. Start now. Make the decision to show up every day, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Trust me, if you keep at it, you'll start to see the results. Now, let's talk about discipline. Discipline isn't something you can choose to have one day and not the next. It's not optional. Discipline is the foundation of everything. Without it, you'll never get anywhere. It's the difference between success and failure. And let me tell you something, there's no room for excuses here. You can't negotiate with discipline. You can't say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. No. You'll do it today. You'll push through. You'll do it even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it. If you want success, you have to build that discipline. You have to force it into your daily routine. Here's the deal, it's going to hurt. There will be days when you want to quit. There will be days when everything inside you is screaming, enough, I can't take it anymore, but that's when you need to dig in the hardest. That's when you need to keep going, even if it feels like your world is falling apart. Why? Because success doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care if you're tired or frustrated. It doesn't care if things aren't going your way. All it cares about is whether or not you're willing to keep pushing through the pain. And that's what separates the winners from the losers, the ones who keep fighting when the fight seems impossible. But here's the thing, if you keep pushing, if you stay consistent, the results will come. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, but eventually you'll see it. You'll see how your small daily actions add up to big results. You'll see the foundation you've been laying all along finally taking shape. And when it does, you won't care that it took time, because you'll know that every ounce of sweat, every sacrifice you made was worth it. And don't worry about what other people think. Don't waste your time listening to the doubters, the haters, the ones who think you're crazy for working so hard. Their opinions don't matter. What matters is that you stay focused on your path. You show up every day, you push yourself to be consistent, and the world will take notice. Your results will speak louder than any critic ever could. So I challenge you today, stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop making excuses. Start forcing yourself to be consistent no matter what. It's not going to be easy, but I promise you this, it will be worth it. If you want success, if you want to achieve something that truly matters, consistency is your key. Get to work. The power of small actions over time is often underestimated, but let me tell you, this is the secret to success. People often dream big and think they need to make big moves to make any real progress. They look for shortcuts, they want immediate results, and when they don't get them, they give up. But the truth is, success doesn't work like that. It's built through the consistency of small, deliberate actions, one step at a time. These small steps, taken day after day, build the momentum you need to accomplish great things. Now think about it for a moment. It's not the one grand gesture that changes your life, it's the small decisions, the ones you make every day. The early morning you wake up, the decision to put in the work when everyone else is asleep or resting. It's choosing to keep pushing forward when the progress feels invisible. It's those moments, those actions that seem insignificant in isolation, but when combined over time, they create a transformation that no one could have predicted. This is the difference between those who succeed and those who fail. The truth is, most of us underestimate the power of consistency. We look for the quick win, the instant result. We think if we push hard enough for a few days or weeks, that's enough. But real success, lasting success, is built on the foundation of continuous effort. It's about showing up every single day, regardless of how you feel, regardless of the obstacles. It's the small, repetitive actions, the little choices that you make when no one is watching that add up and create results. Over time, those small actions compound into something so massive that you look back and wonder how you ever got to this point. But it's the accumulation of every choice, every effort, every day that made it possible. Consider the example of a small stream. Over time, that stream, just by constantly flowing, will wear down the hardest rock, carving paths through mountains, creating valleys. It doesn't stop. It doesn't rush. It just keeps flowing. Day after day, inch by inch, it carves its way through the world, leaving an indelible mark. The same principle applies to our lives. If you keep moving, even if it feels slow, even if it feels like nothing is happening, the work is building. It's laying the groundwork for something incredible to happen. But if you stop, if you give up, then all the small actions, all the effort you put in are wasted. Let me tell you, this is a game changer. Imagine if you could just commit to showing up, doing the work every single day. Think about what that would look like in a year, in 2 years, in 5 years. The results would be undeniable. People will start to take notice, and you will look back and be amazed at how far you've come. It might not happen overnight, but with persistence, consistency, and a commitment to the small actions, you'll reach heights you never thought possible. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle for the big payoff, but the real magic lies in the small steps, the ones that, when repeated day after day, build the life you've always dreamed of. There is no shortcut. There is no magic formula. It's about doing the work one day at a time and trusting the process. So let me tell you right now, start small. Make that decision today to do the work, no matter how small it may seem. Don't wait for the big breakthrough. Build it. Build it piece by piece, one action at a time, and watch as the magic unfolds right before your eyes. Discipline is non-negotiable. Let me make this crystal clear. If you want to succeed, you must understand that discipline is the foundation of everything. Without discipline, you can have all the talent in the world, all the potential in the universe, and it won't matter. You can have the biggest dreams, the greatest vision, and yet, without discipline, none of it will come to fruition. The truth is, discipline isn't something you choose when it's convenient. It's not a switch you flip when you feel motivated or inspired. No, discipline is a commitment. It's a lifestyle. It's something that is woven into the very fabric of your existence if you're serious about your goals. Discipline is waking up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, and doing the work. It's choosing the long-term benefit over short-term comfort. You can't wait for motivation to kick in, because guess what? Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. Some days you'll feel on top of the world, like you could conquer anything. Other days you'll feel tired, defeated, and just want to throw in the towel. But that's when discipline kicks in. It's the thing that keeps you going when everything inside you is telling you to quit. It's the commitment to show up and do the work even when you don't want to. You see, discipline isn't just about getting things done. It's about building the character that will carry you through the storms, through the difficult times when it feels like nothing is working. It's the grind. It's the repetition. It's the process of doing the same thing day after day without looking for a shortcut or an easy way out. It's understanding that success doesn't happen overnight. It's a series of decisions made every single day. If you can force yourself to stay disciplined, to do what needs to be done, even when you'd rather be doing something else, you'll see results. They may not come immediately, but they will come. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. The more you commit to the process, the bigger and faster it grows. Discipline is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. It's the difference between those who make excuses and those who make progress. Those who lack discipline will constantly find reasons to avoid the hard work, to procrastinate, to delay, to take the easy route. But the disciplined individual doesn't look for excuses. They look for solutions. They look for ways to get better, to work harder, to push themselves further. They understand that pain is temporary, but the rewards that come from disciplined actions are permanent. You have to ask yourself, how badly do you want it? Are you willing to do whatever it takes, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's inconvenient, even when you don't feel like it? Because that's the price of success. That's the price of achieving something great. Discipline is what keeps you on track when everything around you is falling apart. It's what gives you the strength to push forward when the world tells you to stop. It's the ability to stay focused on your goal and take one step at a time, even when those steps feel small and insignificant. Now, don't misunderstand me. Discipline doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean you won't make mistakes or face setbacks. Discipline is about consistency. It's about getting up after you fall, dusting yourself off, and continuing on. It's about getting better each day, regardless of the obstacles. The road may be tough, and it will be filled with challenges, but discipline will keep you moving forward. So stop looking for motivation. Stop waiting for the right moment. Stop hoping that things will get easier. Discipline isn't about waiting for the stars to align. It's about making the decision right now, today, to take action. To be relentless in your pursuit of greatness. If you're serious about your goals, you'll understand that discipline is the only way to make them happen. And once you master discipline, there's nothing you can't achieve. Listen to me closely, pain is not your enemy. In fact, it's one of your greatest allies. It's a signal, it's a teacher, and it's a challenge that you must embrace if you want to achieve greatness. Most people will stop when the pain gets too much. They'll pull back, they'll look for the easy way out, and they'll convince themselves that enough is enough. But those who are destined for something greater, those who are truly hungry for success, they push through the pain. They don't stop, they don't quit. They take that pain and they use it as fuel. Because they understand that growth is painful. And progress isn't something that just falls into your lap. It's something you fight for, something you bleed for. You see, pain is part of the process. It's inevitable. When you're out there pushing yourself to the limit, whether you're grinding in your career, pushing your body to new heights, or working on something that means everything to you, you're going to hit those walls. You're going to feel like you can't go on, like you're at the edge of your limits. And when that moment comes, and trust me, it will come, you have two choices. You can let it break you, or you can use it to build you. You can either let it defeat you, or you can let it elevate you. The choice is yours. I'm telling you right now, the only way to grow, the only way to break through to the next level is to push through the pain. When it feels like you're exhausted, when you feel like you're running on empty, when your mind is telling you to quit, you keep going. You keep pushing. Even if it's just one more step, you don't stop. You push through. Because the moment you stop is the moment you give up on yourself. The moment you stop is the moment you let that pain control you instead of using it to control your destiny. Understand this pain is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that you're doing something worth doing. If you're not feeling pain, then maybe you're not pushing hard enough. Maybe you're not challenging yourself enough. The people who achieve extraordinary things, the people who break records, the people who make history, they're the ones who faced pain head on and kept moving forward. They'd been on the edge, they felt the burn, but they refused to let it stop them. They pushed through the pain, and on the other side of that pain was the reward they worked so hard for. It's not about being strong all the time, it's about being relentless. It's about having the mental fortitude to keep going when everything inside of you tells you to quit. The stronger the pain, the greater the reward on the other side. But you won't get there if you stop now. You have to dig deep. You have to fight through the doubts. You have to remind yourself why you started in the first place. Every step you take while the pain is pushing against you, you're making progress. Every drop of sweat, every ounce of energy is taking you closer to your goal. Let me tell you something, the pain you feel today is nothing compared to the pride and satisfaction you will feel when you've pushed through. When you look back and realize you didn't give up, that you fought through the storm and came out on top, that's when you'll know you've earned your success. And when you face the next challenge, the next level, you'll be ready for it because you've learned how to push through the pain and use it to drive you. So the next time you're in the middle of your struggle, the next time it feels like everything is going wrong and the pain is unbearable, just remember this, that's where the real growth happens. That's where the magic is. The only thing standing between you and success is your willingness to push through. It's that simple. You keep going, you keep fighting, and when the dust settles, you'll be standing victorious, stronger and more resilient than ever before. Pain? You're going to embrace it, use it, and turn it into the fuel that takes you to the top. Keep pushing, because you've got this. Consistency is the bridge between where you are right now and where you want to be. It is the force that keeps you moving forward when nothing seems to be happening, when it feels like your effort isn't being noticed. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't immediately show results, when you put in the work but the outcome doesn't reflect the effort. But here's the truth, results don't show up overnight. Success is not built in a single moment, it's built in the quiet, consistent actions you take every day. It's about doing the small things right over and over again, even when you don't feel like it, even when the world around you is moving faster than you can keep up. Imagine trying to build a house. You don't pour the foundation one day and then expect to see a completed building the next. No, you put in the work day in and day out. You lay brick after brick slowly and steadily until one day you step back and realize that your house is standing tall. Consistency works the same way in your life. Every action, every moment of effort is like another brick being added to your personal foundation. There's no grand leap, it's the slow, methodical process that adds up to something great. But it requires you to keep going, even when you can't see the results right away. There will be days when you wake up and feel like the work you're putting in isn't paying off. You'll question if you're on the right path. You'll wonder if the sacrifice is worth it, especially when others seem to be achieving their goals faster or with less effort. But that's where you need to remind yourself results aren't instant. They don't appear with a single burst of energy. They come from persistence. They come from showing up every day, even on the days when it's tough, when the progress seems slow. Consistency means you trust the process, even when it feels like nothing is happening. The results will come, but only if you stay consistent. Think about the great achievers, people who have accomplished the impossible. None of them got there because of a flash of brilliance or a stroke of luck. They got there because of consistency. They did the work when it wasn't glamorous. They kept pushing, even when the days were long, even when the obstacles seemed insurmountable. And because they stayed committed to the process, they saw the results. They didn't quit when things were hard. They didn't get distracted when the world seemed to offer easier paths. They stayed focused on what mattered. And that's why they were able to accomplish things others thought were impossible. Now, the challenge for you is simple: stay consistent. Keep doing the work, keep showing up, even when it feels like the end result is a long way off. The key to success isn't about waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect opportunity. It's about making every moment count. about taking deliberate, consistent action toward your goals every single day. It's about understanding that the compound effect of consistent effort will eventually yield the results you seek. You might not see the transformation today, but if you stay true to the process, you'll look back in a few months, in a year, and realize how far you've come. Consistency is not just about doing something once or twice. It's about the long game. It's about building momentum that continues to grow, even when you're not looking. And when you understand the power of consistency, you unlock the potential to achieve anything you set your mind to. It's not about speed, it's about steady progress. It's about trusting in yourself, in the work you're doing, and in the belief that if you stay the course, the results will come. They always do. So remember, this consistency is the secret weapon that separates those who achieve their dreams from those who fall short. It's not the flashes of inspiration or the bursts of energy that change lives. It's the daily grind, the relentless commitment to showing up, even when you don't see immediate results. Success is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about creating the perfect moment through your consistent effort, no matter how small it may seem at the time. The road might be long, the challenges might seem endless, but if you stay consistent, you will get to where you want to go. The key is to keep moving, keep working, and never lose sight of your goals. So start today, be relentless, be consistent, and watch how your results will speak for themselves.